And I'm going to go ahead and drop that link in the chat right now for people to
Shalom, everyone. I am listening to something.
I'm going to go ahead.
And if I would wait till this went off, I would never get on here to start this project. So I'm getting ready to start this project on cinnamon pecan rolls. And so I just started off already with my 1 cup of milk and my 2.5 teaspoons of yeast, rising yeast. So that's a 1/2 cup of milk and 2.5 teaspoons of instant rising yeast. So I normally have you all on here. This is what you're normally on. But because I'm listening to this, I guess it's a debate with it's probably 5 to 6 men only, about did Christianity, does the black church help or hurt black people? And does Christianity, what has Christianity done for the black culture? Which I don't believe we're black, but I'm listening to it and it's been going for a long time. And they got a poll. So if y'all interested in joining,
embraced and
this is
inspired
it.
by an inspired African people. And I'm saying when you look at our predicament that we're in today, I've only asked the question, I think 3 times at this point, and I think
he is against it.
Did a great job of expressing.
He is completely against it.
If
So
you do these things, these are the fruits of those acts. But Jared asked the question, and we framed the question. So the way I'm going to answer the question is by getting clarity.
I should have been on here. I've been busy today.
I
had a long day, a very long day.
Black neighbor.
So now what I'm going to do is add my eggs, butter, and sugar mix.
Where is this profound black side of town?
So I'm adding my eggs.
Where are these profound black people? When our brother expressed about Christians revolting, and he asked me a question that I answered. I guess he just didn't accept my answer when I mentioned the Haitian Revolution. And the solution is simply being an African in its entirety. That is actually the solution, our African culture.
So,
but the thing that I'm hearing in the fullness of the conversation is that
I'm listening to a debate.
The shortcomings of one.
I was waiting for it to go off, Shalom, but it was taking too long. So I have my 1/2 cup of warm milk, my 2.5 teaspoons of instant yeast, my 2 eggs.
As African people, we deserve the right to pursue an African alternative. When he was expressing, Brother Damon was expressing about Christians revolting, that revolution was profound. Nobody in their right mind of African ancestry would sit here and speak ill of Harriet Tubman. But as humans, we have the ability to critique the movement. So when you're hungry, your idea of freedom is simply to eat. You're not reading the labels and making sure there's no the amount of fat and the amount of calories in it. So our people in slavery, inspired to be free, maybe being in the North was just what you thought freedom was. But clearly, reading that list of people who thought freedom was just coming out of the shackles and being in the North or not being whipped, we have to agree that wasn't a complete concept of freedom.
Look at these people.
But I would venture to say that our people needed a better, a more comprehensive concept of freedom.
You got to get on this line just to see this. It's interesting. They've been talking for a good hour and a half. I had to hurry up and get online. Look like they're going to be on here forever. And I'm about to mess up what I'm cooking. Listening to them. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 black men on here. 10 of them.
My answer is that
does the black church help or hurt blacks? Christian pastors versus Pan-Africanism. Debate, is Christianity a white man's religion? I've been listening to them talk.
Their history and culture.
And 2.5K people are watching. I thought it was interesting. I just wanted to listen. But they look like they're going to go on forever.
Inclusive of the church.
I'm just listening.
And guys, listen, we got 2,500 people in the chat. I think
almost hit 3,000 tonight. So the conversation is definitely one that the people need. I dropped this poll in the chat, so please go ahead and chime in before I get ready to close this out. Does the Black church help or hurt Black people? And guys, anybody looking to join the conversation tonight, we are going to bring people on briefly. I
really want to surprise
They're
them on
gonna
our
bring
wedding
people on
day.
briefly. And I'm just listening. I'm just listening. I'm just listening. Dang, I'm gonna listen to this. I really do, but I want to make these cinnamon rolls that I said I was gonna make. And I always keep my word most of the time, like 99% of the time. I don't know. They went away. This guy got books everywhere.
We've got CVS length receipts on that, and all they really still have is conjecture. So, for instance, let's talk about the African Methodist Episcopal Church, the African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church, which is called the Freedom Church. Listen, these denominations still exist, and so he talked about what does freedom look like. Well, you want to know what Black Christians, how they envision freedom? They didn't just envision it as freedom from slavery or freedom physical bondage or just getting to the north. They envisioned marshaling and controlling the education of Black people, which is where the historical Black colleges and universities come from. Black Christians and Black Christian institutions created that so that we could be educated, and not just in theology, but educated in the liberal arts, educated from a technology standpoint, educated from an agricultural standpoint. That's where you get schools like FAMU, agricultural and mechanical universities. That was an idea that was put forth in conversation with Black American Christian leaders about what liberation actually looks like. Not only that, but I could go on and on for days about the Black churches that are not only providing health care.
I'm sorry,
to this day. We're not just talking about
debating for an hour and a half. I'm sorry, y'all.
Health care, economic banking institutions, so that their members can actually borrow money and in order to be able to purchase homes that are building housing units for people in their community, are educating our youth, providing technological not only exposure but opportunities for them to actually be able to use computers, get tutoring, have access to information that they may not have because of their economic, socioeconomic conditions. The church historically has, and to this very day, continues to address the
listening to them
in this country par excellence.
We losing Damon a little bit.
You breaking up, Damon?
Yeah, we losing Damon a little bit. So I'm gonna let's go ahead and pause, Damon, and you could just jump in right there, Pastor Jerome.
So my answer.
Hold on.
Wait.
Contrary to popular opinion.
Hey, Jerome. Hey, hold on. Wait. I'm sorry. Heads up, Damon. You kind of went out. We lost you for like the last 10 to 15 seconds. So we kind of lost that message. So if you can just kind of really just summarize it and close us out so we can get to Pastor Jerome, go ahead and give it to us.
So the Black church has addressed every socioeconomic, physical, spiritual
This is interesting. I'm sorry.
Of Black people in this country. And there is not another Black institution, non-Christian, that has come remotely close to that. And again, alternative Black African spirituality continues to exist. It never stopped existing. And yet these gentlemen can't explain what it has done for not only indigenous African people, but what it has done for African Americans. Hypothesize and offer conjecture.
What kind of chicken
We
is
have
that?
CBS length receipts
What
on
is that?
what the Black church
Jersey
has actually
chicken.
contributed.
What is
and
Jersey
continues
chicken?
to contribute to the Black community. And so,
I
so
didn't
at the
see
end
that.
of the
Nobody
day,
said anything.
there's only one answer to that question, and that is it helps. It cannot be stated with any modicum of honesty that it has harmed
What is
the
Jersey
Black
chicken?
community. And that is not to say that it is perfect in any. Overall, the question is, by and large, and abundantly, a resounding yes. The Black church is the most helpful institution in the Black community, and there's nothing that even remotely comes close.
Wow. Powerful words. Pastor Jerome, what you got for us? Close us out so we can go ahead and bring our initiates on for the hotline.
Absolutely. So, because Damon, I concur with everything he said. I wanted to ask.
Oh no. I don't know, you might have left. I was like, what? I'm gonna have to look up that recipe. That sounds good. I do not eat spicy food. Of course, I can make it, but I don't mess around with that. Ain't no sense in me making it. I don't have nobody to eat it. That'd be a whole waste of chicken. I don't mess with that hot food. My stomach could go. I'll be homesick for 2 days. I can't mess with it. I only eat. I don't mess with no spicy food. If somebody was in my presence and asked for it, yes, I would. But I don't mess with that kind of food. My stomach is weak. I don't have that kind of stomach. But I remember when I was 20 years old, somebody wanted some chitlins. I hate chitlins. I don't like the smell of them. Never cooked them, but boy, let me tell you, I told him I was 20 years old. Hadn't been cooking 6 months, and boy, I made them chitlins like his mama. I ain't lying. But I don't mess around with that. I know what works for my stomach. I'm sorry. I cannot eat that jerk. I don't mess with it. I've been eating Jamaican food since I was 20 some years old, over 35 years. I don't mess with it. I got a weak stomach. I mean, my stomach will not tolerate spicy food. I got to play around with it a little bit. I'm sorry. Dang, I can't hear this. The doggone thing went off. Hold on. Doggone it. What's gonna happen? I'm sorry. Certain things I don't touch, especially when it comes to spicy food. My grown kids came to see me and wanted me to cook something they wanted hot. I would need something separate, but I don't want to waste that kind of food. I would not eat it. My stomach won't allow it.
Building a STEAM program at my church so that they can get things that are going to help them make money. So I'm not just telling you about heaven and the afterlife. I'm also empowering you in this present life.
There you have it. It's about that time, family, because I know y'all been waiting patiently back here, and it has been a nice lengthy episode here. This is
Hold on.
This is jam-packed. Thank you for all of my brothers here that are on here having this hard conversation. But we'll get to these super chats, but we'll get to the initiation.
Absolutely. I'm gonna close out this poll real quick. Does the Black church help or hurt Black
Does
people?
the Black church help or hurt
The people
our
say
people?
help and the rest say hurt. And I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. And guys, click the link in the chat if you want to join this conversation live tonight. Shout out to Mia Card, says yes, we're conflating modern day challenges in African politics, traditions, culture, community, and spirituality, blaming Christianity. Irony more than percent of Africans practice Islam. Shout out to A Girl's Guide to God, says Galatians 5:1 is the true definition of freedom. We are free when we realize that God is above all men of this world. Therefore, this world system does not enslave me or any of us who believe in Jesus. Shout out to the symbol of peace for a super chat. When you come into covenant with Jesus Christ, you are no longer Jew or Gentile, Greek or barbarian, black or white. We are all one. And what does that say?
I did that, but I'm reading Rainbow real quick.
Mashiach? Is that what that
Mas-
says? Somebody help me with that.
I can't see it.
I can't see it. Mashiach. Okay, cool. Shout out to Zion.
Yeshua HaMashiach.
Says Jared argued for a romanticized view of African history that excluded the historic conflicts between the kingdoms of Kush and Egypt and African tribes participating in capturing slaves for the Dutch, Spanish, and the Portuguese. And shout out to Symbol of Peace again for sending over these complex super chats. Shout out to still arguing descriptive versus prescriptive. Just because the petitioners aren't living up to the standard does not mean the standards themselves are bad or failing. And shout out to Creole Butterfly. Yahweh is the head of the church, not Yahshua.
There you have it, Lalo. Take us into the hotline real quick. Let's get to it.
Why are they playing that music? Because they're talking about God. These people be on some stuff. No, is that over? I think it's over now. This thing was, or is it on?
Jenga.
Jenga.
We got Jenga coming up here first. Jenga.
Man, you got a bright light behind you. Okay, there we go, Jenga.
Jenga kind of dressed like Django a little bit.
Stop.
This is so funny. Y'all should watch this.
The whole suit on, bro. What's up, Jenga? How you
Oh no, I done knocked it off. Let's see.
feeling, brother?
Yeah, good, man. My name is John Gustavo. I am a scholar. I would encourage everybody to look up my scholarship from my website, planetarytest.org. But I have a paper called The Fabrication of...
Hold on, wait, one second, just so we can get it here. And this is my bad, because I don't let everybody know exactly what's going to go down. So when you come up, I want you to give me your name, your age, and your location. And right after your name, age, and location, I want you to brief and brilliantly tell me on this one here.
Oh, I'm never using this no more.
On that, I don't like keeping it that wide, but it's going to be that kind of that kind of hotline. Give me your thoughts on which side you stand with here. Is Christianity the white man's religion? Yes or no? So go ahead, brother. You say your name is Jenga. What's your age and location?
I'm 41. I'm in Beaumont, Texas at the moment.
Beaumont, Texas.
I stand with Pan-African brothers on this.
He's standing with the Pan-African brothers.
Okay, stand with the Pan-African brothers on this one here. So you do believe that Christianity is the white man's religion?
Christianity is the white man's religion. It's what he's standing on. It's the white man's religion.
It's hard to explain, but my body is but.
It was the Council of Nicaea organized, and it was organized by Constantine because there was many different sects of Christian religion. There was people who thought Jesus was born a man and then became a god. There was people that thought he was a god and then he became a man. But there was also people who thought he had no human nature at all. And so Constantine had to gather everybody together so that they could figure out the controversy here. Now, at that meeting, we find a whistleblower by the name of Arius of Libya, who basically said that Jesus had no human nature at all, that he was Seraphis Christus, which the brother mentioned earlier. And then if you go in the encyclopedia and look at it's an edit by Constantine, still in the encyclopedia, and we talk about a lot about sources. You can find this in a book called Misquotes of Jesus by Dr. Bart Earns, that we see that there were many Christian sects at the time. But at the time of the Council of Nicaea, Arius was a brother who happened to be assassinated. So again, we have a whistleblower who said that Jesus wasn't real, he had no human nature. This man ended up being killed. And then if you go to the encyclopedia today, you'll see an edit by Constantine that basically said that if anybody had any of his work, you had to throw it away in the fire. So at the beginning of when Christianity was put together, you have somebody who's saying that Jesus wasn't real. This man was killed, and it's a cover-up at the very beginning of the organization of the religion. So I don't know how people want to justify that it's not organized by a white person when Constantine is the very reason, because they came in with the Trinity as the Council of Nicaea. That's the very reason people did it.
Jerome, go ahead and respond to that, and then I want you to go ahead and go to that why.
Again, this is what's called an anachronism, people. My brother is educated, and he got it partly right, but there were some huge things that he got wrong. Number one, it's the the Edict of Diocletian, and that was 303, and they were trying to get rid of Christian publications by burning or extinguishing them. I said Tertullian was in the 2nd century. So that is 200 years before the council met, brother. The council met in 325. Tertullian already existed before then. Tertullian was born before then, and we had the concept of the Trinity, and we had the Christian literature. Arius actually said that Jesus was a created being, that he was a created being. Athanasius was saying that he was what we call in Christian circles the hypostatic union, that he was fully God and he was fully man. And so you get in your councils a little mixed up versus your edicts, the stuff you said, and then Constantine did not create it. You had the Edict of Milan in 313. And again, I showed this book earlier, but it's called a pocket book, a pocket-sized book on church history. And so it's real late, but again, I just wanted to address the brothers' dates were mixed up, what happened there. That's why, again, in the Nicene Creed, it says begotten and not made, because the thing was not inventing Christianity. Jesus already existed. They were arguing about the essence of Jesus. Was he created being?
Could I also?
Jenga, honestly, man, we can't go back and forth because there's really not a solution that we're gonna find in this here. I wanted you to really just get your piece off what you have. So thank you very much, brother. But I'm gonna let my man David go ahead and get his words in before we get the next call on.
Yeah, and I'll be quick. I just wanted to build on what Pastor Jerome
Seriously,
just
give me
said.
6 minutes.
So oftentimes you hear a lot of this stuff, conspiracy theory and historical revision around the Council of Nicaea.
Give me 6 minute time.
Such as what
That's
Jacob just mentioned. But none of that is actually coming from history. So, for instance, if I was to say Constantine was 6'2", and he had a head full of curly red hair, the only way for me to know that is that I would have to be getting that from sources close to Constantine. I can't just make that up, right? So everything that we know about the Council of Nicaea comes from documents and history that were written during that time. And nothing that he said corroborates with what we know from, for instance, Eusebius of Caesarea, the historian that was at the Council of Nicaea that wrote his books about Nicaea don't mention any of what he just said, and he was there. So if we're going to believe anybody, we got to believe the person that was there. He wrote on the life of Constantine, the epistle of Eusebius, book 1, chapter 8, Athanasius, the defense of the Nicene definition. Athanasius wrote about the Council of Nicaea. And you have what you call the synodal letter of the bishops in Africa. And then you have Eustathius, who wrote an excerpt in Theodoret, Ecclesiastical History, book 1, chapter 7. So everything that we can gather about how many people were there, where they came from, even their names, we know from actual historical sources. The reality is Arius was not from Libya. He was from Alexandria, Egypt. He had been a part of the church, and there have been 2 synods that excommunicated Arius in Africa 5 years before the Council of Nicaea. So this was a discussion that was going on the African.
The one skill that's holding you back isn't what you think.
This is an interesting discussion. I like that it's a panel of all men. I'm into that kind of stuff. I just want to see. It's a lot of them too. Just here and there.
No contribution theologically, no contribution to the discussion at hand. He did absolutely nothing, didn't even attend. He just hosted it in the Byzantium part of the Roman Empire, which was in Turkey, which is where modern day Nicaea or Iznik actually is. That's why it was there, but he did not convene it. It was convened to address the excommunication of Arius, and the 318 bishops that were there were unanimous that Arius was wrong. They were not trying to figure this out. Orthodoxy about whether or not Jesus was God was already a held belief. And so this idea about various sects of Christianity, there were Christian cults, but none of those groups were considered to be orthodox, and therefore they were not part of the conversation. So this idea about various orthodoxies and various groups of Christians believing different things, that is a complete farce, and none of that corroborates with the actual documentation that we have. So this
I wish they
idea
would have
that
put
you
Bishop
mentioned
Noah
about
Jones on
Council
here.
Nicaea, that comes from urban myth and legend that's repeated in barbershops across the country. But it doesn't come from anything that's actually written from people who were there at the time, who were actually part of the conversation I read.
We appreciate that clarity. And let's go ahead and introduce Adam. Adam, can you hear us?
Adam is in the building. What's up with you, brother? Adam is actually a powerhouse in apologetics, man. It's a blessing to have you on the show. Welcome to Hardly Initiated, brother. Hold on, wait. Somebody got to get muted in the back.
Yeah, somebody listen to the show, guys. If you listen to the show, you can go ahead and mute that.
Yeah, man, hearing feedback from somebody.
Yeah, every single person. Every single person. Adam.
Yeah, there you go. You get a little ratchet in the hot ones.
Yeah.
Y'all got to make sure if you're backstage, you're absolutely muted. And by the way, when you're coming up, when you're backstage, you got to watch the show on Zoom.
Yes.
Okay, so Zoom in, guys.
So Adam, give us a quick profile. Give us your age, your location, and just exactly.
Come on, powerhouse. Let me see what you got to say.
Quick profile.
What you got to say?
Adam, that's your
Come on, Adam.
You got to turn your YouTube off, Adam. I think that's you.
You're a powerhouse. Let me see what you got to say. Come on with it. You look young.
Let me make sure.
34. What do you got to say?
There you go. I'm you, Adam. Lama.
Come on, Adam. Come on,
There you
power.
go. You good?
Yeah, that's my bad, man. You can't hear me now?
Okay, come on with it.
Adam, come on, you're not new to this, man. What's going on?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah,
we can hear you. Can you hear us? So hold on. Let's put Adam backstage real quick.
I can't hear y'all yet.
Adam, we
Might
gonna
circle back around.
Yeah, circle back around. Let's get Adam back up when the audio is put together.
And I believe we got and you gotta help me. We got Z in the chat.
With no shirt on.
Luo.
Take him off. He ain't got no shirt on.
How do we pronounce your name?
This dude ain't got no shirt on. I mute him.
Yeah, Z, you there with us?
Z would get muted and blocked.
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh, that's a woman?
I can hear you, Z. How you doing?
All right, thank you.
Oh, she still shouldn't be on there like that.
So Z, go
Look at her.
ahead and help me out here. Give me your age and your location.
All right, I'm 30 and I'm located in Atlanta.
ATL, you here with us?
Look at that.
Okay, Z. So first off, let me know where you stand on this. Is Christianity the white man's religion?
You know she.
I personally believe that it is.
I knew she did. That's why she came in looking like that.
And
disrespectful.
have you been in here since the top of the conversation?
Yes.
Okay. After the conversation, has it changed your perspective, or are you still pretty much? Did you hear anything
She's
new?
gonna be single the rest of her life.
Or is this, pretty much
Okay.
all concepts, facts, and figures that you've heard in the past?
I've heard most of it in the past before.
Okay. Why do you believe that it is the white man's religion?
I believe it's the white man's religion because I'm African, I'm Liberian. I lived in Africa for 13 years. I lived in Ghana for 9 years. I lived in Togo for 4 years.
Oh, I heard
so,
that.
And my granddad is the chief of my village, and he was of Zoe. And my mom is a Christian. And even talking to her and talking to elders in Africa, they couldn't even go to certain institutions until they converted to Christianity. So the reason why people are trying to romanticize Christianity is very odd to me.
Okay.
Where's your proof?
So essentially, you're saying because of an experience that you had,
because of an experience
back home, with how you saw pretty much how things was going down with Christianity back home, that pretty much sets the stage for your worldview that it is the white religion, essentially.
Yes, and also when it comes to religion, like you're supposed to follow the religion of your people. The reason why the majority of Africans follow Christianity is due to someone conquering the other. That's just history. That's just facts. So the reason why Hindus follow their religion is because it's for them. You and like a European should not be having the same religion. There's something weird there. Now, people can be honest and say that they have been Christians since they was a child, so they're used to it, and that's okay.
Disappear from social media and do this instead.
She sound lost, but we're gonna let her finish up. These darn commercials just mess up everything. I'm not paying. You gotta pay $20, $30 to have the commercials not coming. What's she talking about? What's she talking about?
And that's my like indigenous religion.
Got it. And let's say, do you think it's fair to say that all Africans should potentially be Zoes, or should they be?
No, because there are many tribes in Africa. So every tribe has their own spiritual beliefs. Like Yoruba people are Igbo, Igbo people have their own. Like every tribe has their own spiritual practice. Like everybody cannot be following like Christianity or Islam. The reason why these religions are so big in Africa is because of colonization.
Okay, Z, well, look, thank you so much for your perspective, sister. I appreciate that.
And I think that might be deep. You know, she might represent quite a few people. I mean, for her to even still be listening to the channel and also, you know, coming in and chiming on this, thinking the exact opposite. And I do want to get Jerome and Damon's point of view. But Adam, I know we have you on briefly. Adam, could you help us out and address Z's concerns about this?
Is Adam muted?
Absolutely. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I would say that, and I appreciate, you know, the sister's comments and never want to disrespect. So I'm just coming on, just, you know, share biblical perspective. First of all, I say that in terms of the worldview that somebody adheres to, we ought to adhere to worldviews that are true. That is to say that regardless of what your identity is, regardless of what your ethnicity, race, whatever it is you want to say, however you identify yourself, 2 + 2 = 4, right? And so what we're arguing, I think this is maybe one of those misconceptions when it comes to Christianity. I'm not a Christian because my mom was, or grandmama was, or whatever else. I'm a Christian because Christianity is true. I'm saying that the Jesus account is not some sort of mythical feel-good story, but in the same way that 2 + 2 = 4, Jesus Christ rose from the grave, thereby is a stamp of truth. That's a truth-making factor, if you will, when it comes to Christianity. And so, with all due respect to the sister, while I appreciate, we want to value our identity, we want to have value for all those good things. At the end of the day, I don't think that we should prioritize one's ethnicity or identity over truth. I think that we should be guided by truth. I want to say a couple other things, but I just want to make sure I engaged your question first.
Yeah, well, I'm curious. We got you on the platform. Mm-hmm. I mean, I said I'm very curious. We got you on the platform. You're one of the really great speakers on the documentary that we watched. So, what is it else that you wanted to share with us this evening?
Well, you know, just real quick, you know, I wanted to kind of chime in on one of those later questions. You know, when it comes to is the Black community helping or harming? You know, the Black
is the Black church.
Chat, it seems like is the Black church. Okay, excuse me, helping or harming. If I could just, I'm not going to filibuster, but if I could just kind of in rapid fire, you know, read off some real brief statistics, and I'm referring to the Pew Research Center, I'm drawing this from them, as well as the Giveify Institute, Giveify, who drew these statistics in partnership with the Lake Institute. It says that 3 in 10 Black Americans have turned to the church or other religious congregations for assistance, right? When it gets to African Americans who are 30,000, making 30,000 or less, 4 out of 10 African Americans have turned to the church and so forth. So if you do the numbers, I'll make this quick. The church, so the people living today, African Americans living today, the church has assisted financially about 12.1 million African Americans. Almost 97% of places of worship. And they were polling churches with these statistics here. About 97% of them had at least one outreach program. And this gets into what Dan was talking about when it comes to reentry services, education services. I'm actually doing a study right now when it comes to banking institutions. When you look at from the civil rights era till now, there's been well over 20 banking institutions started by the Black church. Keep in mind, there's only about 23 African American owned and operated banking institutions in existence right now. Yes, so we put our work in with respect to just tangibly helping our community. These are just cold hard facts. At the end of the day, if somebody has a rent issue, if they late on their electricity bill, the reality is, I'm a social worker by trade. This is my background. I've been a social worker for over 20 years. I'm not a pastor, but the first thing they're going to tell you to do is go to the church. That's a fact, because we all know that the ethic of the church, particularly here in America, has been to assist communities that have been disenfranchised. And this is not anything new. There's a reason why. Okay, there's a reason why the church has always been a target of white supremacy. There's a reason why you had the bombing in Birmingham, right? There's a reason for that. There's a reason why between 1906 and 1921, and we can just go beyond Tulsa, but you had the burning and the decimation of several Black Wall Streets, all of which had this one characteristic that runs all between them, aside from ethnicity, is that the Black church was central in all of those communities. Not only as an organizing force, but also giving the moral, ethical, and motivations, if you will, for people to strive and transcend the different types of oppression that we face in people. That's why Dylan Roof saw fit.
Could we use your house to trial our 24-hour bathroom upgrade system? We're looking for homeowners within the United States to test our new 20.
We get their business from our beginnings here in the country until now. There's a reason for it, because we are doing the research. It's not just history. This is right here today. If I had time, I would talk about all of the schools that have been started by Black churches and Black denominations. We can talk about. I guarantee you, I would invite anybody.
Don't get Dr. Umar on there.
Tell me you didn't have.
Y'all get Dr. Umar on there. It's gonna be over.
And some of y'all didn't have some sort of opportunity. We all know this. We all know this, right? And so I think what happens is, and I think, and I don't want to filibuster this, but what I would challenge gentlemen, I won't say the relation to Gerard, forgive me if I mispronounce your names, but I would challenge you to do, and anybody else who may find themselves in agreement with those brothers, to take a look at just flat out history. You don't have to believe Alan Coleman because he's a Christian. Read the historical record for yourself, and you will see that not only the Christianity provides the ideological and conceptual framework from which African Americans were able to overcome slavery, we have always been a powerhouse when it comes to our liberation from our history here to today.
Thank you, Adam. No, thank you very much.
Brother Ryan, Mr. Sean, remember.
I love seeing a panel of men. I'm
Yes,
serious.
I was actually, I was coming to you
I'll
guys
watch
right
that
after.
all night.
You guys go ahead and speak on this. So Jerry, go ahead and give me a thought.
When kings speak.
Just real quick, that our greatest scholar, John Henry Clark, who writes whose erudition, his intelligence, already speaks to everything we just said. So the historical record is real. There was no slavery, first of all. If you want to do a historical record, there was no slavery in Kenya. And so that was not true. And so when you think there were Hebrews who built the pyramids. The pyramids were already finished being built by the time the Hebrews came into Kenya. So there's so much history that the Bible is not even covering actual history. The Bible is a fictional account, and I want to read this. I know, like, be like my man Damon. Just to read this real quickly. It's in that.
What?
And what is this, by the way?
Maybe of your text. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, locales, and incidents are either the product of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons living or dead or actual events is coincidental. Many of your biblical texts, if you just look at the forward, already tells you that it's not a historical record. So if we're going to talk about history, let's talk about history, but a lot of the accounts, that's why I said we're not being genuine when we talk about a lot of the history. And our scholars have already dealt with all of this. And so
For a brief response to that, can I do that?
To actually try to revise it when we already won the argument against Europeans, I don't know why we're even reverting backwards.
Can I respond? Can I respond to that? Because I feel like he's engaged. I'm
saying, go ahead, Adam, but really quickly.
I promise I'll make it quick. I promise I'll make it quick. And I say this with all due respect, Brother Jared. It's just very difficult for me to have heard that, and you're saying we want to be serious about history. Well, you've made a number of serious distilled errors so far. First of all, John Henry Clark, you shouted out. He himself divulged that he drew his scholarship from white authors. That's who inspired him, and it was the foundation of history. And so that was John Henry Clark. And so my thing is, you can't be out here talking about, being concerned about Christianity as a white man's religion when your founding father is explicitly said that he was drawn from primarily white scholarship. There's some hypocrisy there. Lastly, and you scoffed earlier. Wait a minute, you scoffed earlier, but you talked about this Christian of Jesus. In fact, I challenge you to go to any Department of Ancient History, with that type of perspective. Because the fact of the matter is, it's the consensus among historians that Jesus was a historical figure, like it or not. The reason why we can say that with confidence is because if you go to the sources, the ancient sources, we can talk about Tacitus, Suetonius, Plinius the Younger, we can talk about Josephus. That's just extra biblical. We have, somebody can just do the homework. Look up Tacitus. He wrote a work called Annals in 112 AD. By the way, it's before the Council of Nicaea, detailing Jesus' crucifixion and the emergence of the Christian church. So the reason why we can affirm that Jesus was a historical figure is because it's multiply attested by multiple sources in the ancient world close to the date of when Jesus was reportedly walking the earth. This is not controversial. This is something that you could be a stone cold atheist and affirm what I just said because it's a historical consistency.
Let me just add real quick to that, Adam, but you won't find one source 70 years after y'all so-called thinking he lived. You don't find any source during the time of his living. And guess what? Egypt kept critical documentation on everything. The Romans stated documentations on anything. You have no documentation.
Weren't you the one that mentioned Alexander the Great though earlier? Was that you? Because you don't have anything with the 7 years of Alexander the Great. So it's the pot calling kettle black, right? That's not how historians work. That's not sound historical methodology. The fact of the matter is that when it comes to ancient figures, as Jesus would be out to the first century.
I'm Dr. Karma Warren. As a mom, I know how it feels when our legs start to get very tired, very.
For its history, they wrote during that time. They wrote about all kind of figures.
Right. So the Apostle Paul, right? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. These are historical documents. The stone cold atheists. No, I would argue actually Apostle Paul. I'm going to fall back out of respect for the host. I would love to take this up maybe in a part 2 because I think.
So Adam, are you committed? Really quick, are you committed to a part 2 or hardly initiated?
I'm committed to
Hardly initiated.
You ain't got to ask me twice.
There you go.
What time y'all got? You want to cap this?
Can I speak to the sister Z, please?
Let's go, Malik. Go ahead, Malik.
Yeah, I really appreciate the sister having the courage to come on and speak like she did, because when we're talking about history, again, she's speaking from a very genuine place as to what happened. A lot has been said, in our conversations, and there's been a lot of misquoting, about what I've said, what I've heard, what was said that Jared said. But I appreciate the Sister Z because what she represented was a very real occurrence that happened where she lived. Then she also alluded to what we also know, because we keep talking about history. We know this happened all over Africa. We also know this happened in the Americas with the native population. We know that it happened in the South Americas with the native population. This that I'm speaking about is the deculturalizing of a people. And in that process of removing their culture, what was taken from them was their consciousness around their history as it relates to their divinity. And all that, I would pray that you all would hear the essence of what I am saying. But if you don't, you don't. But I'm grateful for a sister like Z, I don't want to mispronounce her name, Zilua from Liberia. What's powerful about what she's speaking is that she's given a historical account of the social function of Christianity as we've seen it in its more dominant form, how it affected Black and brown people. Now, the confusion that we exist in today, trying to determine which part of it is us, which part is whitewash, which part of it is authentically speaking to us, all that I think, and I'm speaking for myself, but I know that I'm speaking for Jared, and prayerfully I'm speaking for sisters like Zilua and others who were the lesser part of those polls that Ryan read, is that when you take this concept and apply it to our plight as it is today, it is not to say that African people that black people in America, that the church did not do anything. My father was a Southern Baptist preacher. I personally watched what he did for the community. What I'm saying, though, is that the psychological, the myriad, the complexity of our plight in the Americas, what you finding is that where you see what you started off reading, Tyshawn, where you started off reading about this great falling away from the church, it's happening as a result of our problem is much more complex than the questions you all, respectfully, even as hosts, have asked. And so therefore, the great falling away is that what's happening in Christianity, coming from the likes of just speaking historically and intellectually and academically and citing sources, has not spoken to the soul of the people, the soul of the youth, and the complexity of our plight, not only here in America, but suspiciously all over the world where we are suffering in a very, very complex way. That the way that the dominant form of Christianity has been given to us is not serving. And that is all that I'm saying. And I pray that those who are perhaps not even right here, who are listening, hear that. And then that's what we're rooting for. That's what we're pushing for. So thank you.
I appreciate you, Malik. Thank you for coming up here. We're about to close this thing down in just a few, guys. So go ahead. I want you to send your last few super chats in. We brought 4 powerful brothers up here to go ahead and try to figure out some answers on here. Is Christianity the white man's religion? All right. So it's been this one has been a very for some people triggering conversation. For many people, a hard conversation. Hearing perspectives that challenge your belief system. But again, it's a very important conversation.
And I believe we got Angela on. We got I believe it's Letta on, and I gotta find that other gentleman's name that's on here. But guys, do any of you disagree with, or do any of you agree that Christianity is the white man's religion? Anybody we got up? Okay, wow, Angela, let's hear from you. So Angela, listen, don't be afraid to raise your hand, Angela. That's what you're saying, though.
And go ahead, give me Angela. Can you give me your age and your location?
Absolutely. Hello.
It takes $10,000 to start a new business, but today I will build you an online business pre-loan.
Because I grew up and I was raised there as well. I disagree that Christianity is a white man's religion for many reasons. One, the Ethiopian Bible is the oldest, and there's an Ethiopian book that's mentioned in the Bible.
The Ethiopian Bible.
I'm sorry. May I?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Just to be clear, because I think we were confused at the beginning. You disagree that Christianity is the white man's religion.
Yeah, I disagree. It's not a white man's religion. There were Christians in Africa before colonization. There's a Berlin conference that happened in Germany, where Africa was divided as a piece of pie based on the resources. That's where colonization came in. But pre that, there were Christians in Africa. I lived in the village for 4 years, no electricity, and that physical darkness symbolized the spiritual darkness that was happening there. There are people that, and I know that this is a very nuanced conversation. There's so many layers to it. And from a lot of hard conversations with my now best friends and going to HBCU, shout out to Morgan State University, Baltimore, learning a lot of perceptions from this end of things. I think that because of slavery and being stripped of, being African American brothers and sisters, and I'm saying this so carefully because, please hear my heart, because of, I'm saying with all the empathy and all the love in my heart, because of that being stripped away and not having knowing who your grandparents were, there's a lack of identity there that people feel the need to want to dig back to their African roots to find out that sense of identity. And unfortunately, as someone who, if you've not lived in Africa, I'm telling you that African spiritualism, there are people killing their family members to inherit the land that their brothers own, or people doing all kinds of witchcraft, killing family members and loved ones. I mean, there's a dark side to it. So I think that idolizing, let's go back to our roots. No, we've seen it. I've seen it, and I don't want to go back to those roots. It's evil. People I I don't want to hold up, but I just want to say that there's a glorification for let's go back to our roots, African spirituality. But no, as someone who lived in the village, I know my sister who came here earlier, she has a different experience. I have a different experience. And I've seen it firsthand how people are evil to their own loved ones because of a piece of land or piece of car or killing people for small things that are so worthless. So I get it. The lack of identity makes people want to go that void in there. You want to find out who your great grandparents were, where you were born. And trust me, I can't say that I understand because I've not experienced that. But I want to say that the answer is not trying to go back to African spirituality because it's done a lot of hurt more than it has done any good.
Don't go back.
Now,
Thank you so much, sister.
Thank you, Angela. And I wanted to get, if Malik and Jared wanted to give some feedback on her. She said,
hold on, but I want to add something to that first because let me tell you why this is so important here because we could have did a whole section on this. One of the biggest things about your ancestry or African history in general is that a lot of what was practiced is taught in Christianity is actually witchcraft. Jared actually, I think you mentioned Ifa, which you practice Ifa, and we have on record many people who study spirituality, especially Christian leaders who speak greatly against Ifa as one of the witchcraft practices of Voodoo, which you referenced as one of the witchcraft practices. And this is also tied into the African spirituality and roots that we're talking about. We need to actually go back to. So let's get some clarity here, because here we have a sister who's been actually in the trenches of these spiritual systems and has seen some of the dangers and the evils involved with it. You guys are talking about, some of the wrongs of Christianity, but let's really figure this out. Are those African spiritual systems that we're talking about going back to, is that rightfully witchcraft? Is that right to name those witchcraft?
No, not at all. Not at all. A formation of white supremacy that created labels on top of that. I want to go back to something Jerome said earlier. And I can't do this to pastors, even though I know charlatan pastors, but not every pastor is a charlatan, right? So it's the same thing in African spirituality. Not everyone is good, not everyone is bad. It's the same thing. So you can't create a broad brush on a whole system is that way. So, are there charlatans? Are there bad seeds? Absolutely. But that's on anything and everything. So I think it's to create that broad brush is, and I still would say the type of evil and the things that are occurring were more so once we had more foreign engagement into Africa. And so, and I know folks don't want us to romanticize. I think y'all romanticizing Christianity. Christianity has killed more people on this earth than anybody else, and enslaved more people on this earth than anybody else. That's just straight up fact. But you won't deal with that fact. But
that was from the Caucasian side of the point.
Can you find bad seeds? Absolutely.
Looking to have your money make more money. You want to build wealth. Or maybe you want to achieve financial freedom. How are you going to do that?
Said, they're reprobates in everything. So let's be clear. There are reprobates in every expression of divinity, political space, social space, and so on and so on. And we have our sister there from the Cameroon, but let's keep in mind, we also had our sister from Liberia, who had another type of observation of it. So when we make these gross, as Jared said, broad stroke assumptions, Tyshawn, then you're gonna always end up in the position of taking that position as a fact. You're gonna find, even in the church today, you all had a conversation about gay pastors in the church, where the Bible doesn't make a mistake as about the position of homosexuality. It's in the church, but it's in the Bible, but you have it. So our position is not that Christianity is no good because there are gay people in the church. just as from that same argument, you can make the position that African spirituality as a whole is witchcraft. What is witchcraft? Idolatry, right? I'm certain that we can probably work out some kind of definition in there, except for the need to just disagree just for the sake of disagreeing. But even when it says that the name is in the book, that the name of other gods should not even come out of your mouth. That is a scriptural fact, should be a Christian reality. And as I started off saying, you can't even name the days of the week. You can't even name the celestial bodies, the planets, without mentioning the gods of other cultures. But yet, you'll skip over that. That should be considered a cardinal sin. So, when you look at what the sister Zilu said, and then our sister from Cameroon, it balances out, and I just go back and retreat to the statement that there are reprobates in everything. It would be unintelligent to stand here and say that all aspects of African people in their relationship to the divine, even that statement, my sister, contradicts what Damon and Jerome have been saying in the beginning. Because if the ideology or the inspiration for Christianity as we know it today is heavily contributed to or inspired from African people, then African spirituality inspiring Christianity, you can't say that African spirituality is rooted directly to witchcraft. It's contradictory.
Can I respond to
Absolutely.
that? So, there's a lot of dancing around a number of things. One of the things that Adam mentioned is that Christianity as a faith and practice and worldview is believed and practiced by millions and historically billions of Christians on the basis of its veracity, its truth, and its transformation, not on the basis of it is native or indigenous to where I come from. And so again, the insult that's being made is that there have been millions of Africans from the first century until this day who have turned to Christianity that practice these traditional African religions, and to claim that they're now practicing Christianity essentially to suggest that they are being colonized or being brainwashed, insult their intelligence, and to even suggest that they have not seen a more superior worldview, and that they have not considered the truth claims of Christianity versus the spiritual practices that are native to their particular culture. And so there's a lot of insulting going on. And there's some historical assumptions being made that Christianity essentially only came into Africa by way of colonization. That is vehemently false. For instance, the young lady says that she's from Liberia. Well, I can show historically that Christianity was in West Africa, particularly in the area of Senegal, by documented evidence in the 1300s. You don't have no colonizers there. You don't have the French or the Portuguese. And so here's a quote, an Islamic historian, because of course Islam was there by that time, and it was essentially newer to West Africa in the 14th century. But Islamic historian Ibn al-Dawardari, writing to King Mansa Musa regarding Christians that lived in an area called Takir, which is modern day Senegal region, northwestern Africa, right? So he literally wrote to Mansa Musa asking why doesn't he conquer the area where the Christians live, because gold grew there. And this is historical writing from the 1300s. So we have historical evidence that in the areas where many of our ancestors were taken from, that they were not by...
He's being lazy about cleaning your apartment. No, seriously. Home Aglow will clean it for just $9.
Practicing and believing biblical Christianity that was existing in the 1300s, in the 14th century, more than 200 years before the Portuguese arrived, more than 200 years before the French colonizers arrived, and greater than 300 years before the transatlantic slave trade. And so just because somebody's from Africa, even that particular region, doesn't make their perspective of Christianity nor history accurate.
There you have it. Let me tell y'all, we have officially achieved well over 3 hours in this conversation.
3 hours.
And I feel like it's still so much more to be covered. I want y'all to let us know in the chat, because shout out to all the listeners in the chat. If y'all think we should bring apologetics to the platform so we can go deeper into these conversations, just put more in the chat. Just go ahead and put more in the chat. I want to see what the chat is telling us here. The first thing I really want to do, first of all, is really thank all of my panelists here tonight. All of my initiates that came up on the hotline, because this is a very hard conversation.
It is.
We really have to be able to sit down and be real about what's going on and have these conversations, because I think these conversations have been avoided so long. I know I can remember back years ago, just being a curious child, asking questions. Very simply, a lot of stuff that we talked about here today, and I was told not to ask these questions. I was told not to question God, and certain things just didn't quite feel or seem right. So I appreciate you, brothers, for actually doing the work, doing the research, and being able to have answers for these hard questions. Because trust me, somebody out here needed the answers. Somebody out here needed it. I want to go ahead and close out with some final thoughts before we go ahead and end the show. So I'll go ahead and start with my brother Gerard, because he hasn't spoken in a while. We'll get some super chats before we go ahead and get there.
Yep, you get super chats and then we'll go to Jared. Shout out to Sinatra O says, Igbos of Southeast Nigeria are the Hebrews of the Bible. We are black and compose all 12 tribes, neighboring African tribes who practice various Afro religion. Igbos were forbidden from practice. I really hope I pronounced that right. Shout out to Creole Butterfly. I'm over here singing the theme Shout out to Creole Butterfly. I'm over here singing to theme reading Rainbow. The Dark Ages were written. Did that on purpose. Notre Dame, one of the world's largest libraries, was just recommissioned. Somebody please state the adage regarding blacks and books. Shout out to Anna Dominique. Says, my church gave me about $3,000 this past October because I was struggling. I will never forget what they've done for me. Bishop Jaron C. O'Neill, he's on God TV. Shout out to that pastor for helping out Anna Dominique. Shout out to Mr. Phil Fox. All right,
that really worked out great.
Okay, no, that's cool. That's
I'm
cool.
excited now.
I promise you, I got your name right. Yeah, I grew up with my homeboy named Gerard. It was put the same way. That's why. But Jared, go ahead. Give me your final thoughts, brother.
Black folks are spiritual people, regardless. We're spiritual, we're religious. Even when we're religious, we out-pope the Pope, we out-Muhammad. We, famous statements by John Henry Clark, who would always make that statement. Our faith is what saved us. It knocked out so many people are gone off this earth as a result of whatever, but we were able to survive as a result of who we are as a historical, faithful, spiritual people. And it was not just because of Christianity. It's not just because of Islam. We were here long before these systems came into being. So all I would want to just say is that we are a spiritual people. We have a long historical record on that. And we need to begin to make some sense out of that history.
There you have it. Thank you very much, Brother Malik. What you got for me? Give us the final thoughts that you want to leave the audience with tonight.
Sure. I love us, and I love the fact that we even take the time to have these kind of conversations. And again, my sincerest prayer, is that the ancestors give us more energy to seek out something more than what we've been experiencing, and to ask some of the very hard questions, like some of the ones that you all have asked. And it's clear to me in our conversation that we have, definitely two different definitions of liberation. And it is my belief that when our people were seeking to be free, they were not just seeking to obtain a better way of living inside of the captivity, a better way of earning, a better home to live in, a better education. They, over time, they lost that definition of freedom, and now it's simply social, whereas before it was cultural. So this was a great conversation. I appreciate, the opportunity to be here, be present, and I think it's definitely necessary to keep moving because, again, regardless of what all has been said on behalf of the church and Christianity, those numbers about the great falling away, they're happening for a reason.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Ready? Okay. $98 for car insurance.
Thank you very much, Malik. I appreciate that, brother. Let's go over here to my Christian brothers here. I'm gonna start with you. Dave. Let's just go ahead and start with Daniel, man. What's your thoughts, Daniel? What will lead the people with tonight?
Yeah, I would say that the irony in this conversation is that the real white man's religion.
Find his church. I got to find your church, brother. Where is your church at? Damon Richardson at Preach Damon at Preach Damon.
The whole night. So several times this night, tonight, the name John Henrik Clark has been raised. Well, the interesting thing is that John Henrik Clark didn't have any degree in history, was not a trained historian. And here's what he said in that debate in 1996 with Mary Lefkowitz and Professor Martin Bernal. He said that when he began to read European curiosities about Africa and named several works by Gerald Massey, who was also a pseudo-intellectual, no training at all, that took forth all these ideas about stolen legacy from Africa and all this other stuff. He names Gerald Massey's works as authorities. Gerald Massey was a discredited pseudo-historian, by the way. He says that white radical writers set the black radical writers in motion, and that they didn't make the claims, that is, the black radical writers did not make the claims that they made until they saw the documents that were written by the white radical writers. And what were those kinds of documents? Well, they were the stuff like the Book of the Law by Aleister Crowley, Dorothy Eady, Helena Blavatsky in her Isis Unveiled, Gerald Massey, Ancient Egypt, Light of the World, and his book on natural genesis. All this stuff was predicated on false history about Africa, false Cometicism, none of these, and essentially occultic spirituality. All of these people were founders in movements like Theosophy, the Church of Satan, occultic practices, and all kinds of things. These were the people that John Henrik Clark said he learned about Africa from, and that these so-called scholars that Jared is talking about, this is where they learned it from. And so when you start looking at, for instance, Yosef Ben Yochanan, another black pseudo scholar that claimed to be an enlightened Hebrew teacher, he used all these same sources as well. And again, his academic record is also in dispute because he never earned any of those credentials either. And so what we always have coming from people who espouse these ideas is pseudo-intellectualism, historical revisionism, and building on the foundation and work of white pseudo-scholars and white pseudo-intellectuals. So the real issue is not whether Christianity is a white man's religion, it is the fact that Cometicism and Pan-African or Africanist studies is actually the white man's religion because it is built off of the false history and the false teaching of white pseudo-scholars, not black.
Strong words right there. Pastor Jerome, we're gonna go ahead and close out here with you. What you got for us?
Yeah, I wanted to thank Malik and Jared, and obviously you brothers for allowing us on here. As I stated earlier, quoting Dr. Tom Skinner in his book,
this one too.
How Black is the Gospel. This is a necessary conversation
research.
And I do want to respectfully say I'm thankful for these brothers because even though we obviously disagree on something very pivotal as eternity for us, but I do think it's important to understand that even for those that are listening or who will watch later, people in the Bible question God. I know people told you not to, but that's a biblical fallacy. People asked how long because they felt like God was slow. People questioned God's justice because they didn't understand his providence. So it is okay for you to have questions. It is a biblical posture to be able to question God.
Yes.
Because we're saying that he's omniscient. So
Yes.
why would we tell the ones who we claim knows everything, but then not be able to question him?
Right.
And when we question him, we can get some answers. And what we find to the overarching question is that 4 of the women in his lineage were of Hamitic descent. You have the Kedarites, which means dark. You have Fenians, which means Negro or Nubia. Jeremiah talks about Taphanes, which means the palace of the Negro. All of this is in Scripture. And so when you study the Scripture, what you'll find is that our faith is not a white man's religion, and the answer to whitewashing isn't blackwashing. It is a faith of every tribe, every tongue, every nation, as recorded in the book of Revelation. And Jesus welcomes all who place faith in him. And this is why he says in Mark chapter 1, verse 15,
Come on with it.
that the time is fulfilled, the kingdom of God is at hand.
Yes, it is.
Repent and believe in the gospel.
Yes,
What is the
repent.
gospel? The gospel is the good news that our Lord Yeshua paid the price for our sins. That
Yeshua.
he also suffered. So he understands not only oppression, but he experienced. He understands being betrayed. He understands being let down. He understands broken promises. He understands suffering experientially. And that's what makes our faith true and palatable, because we have to have a God that is able to hide.
This AI tool takes your idea and writes a complete ebook. Content, images, design, everything.
Permanently. And so I think that it's important that we have these claims and we have these discussions, because we're making a claim that there's only one way, and we're not giving faith-based answers to fact-based questions. But indeed, he lives and he is alive, and our ancestors understood that. I'll end with this. There was a slave, former slave by the name of Josiah Henson. Through manumission, he got his freedom. With his freedom as a free man, he went back to the place where he was once owned, but he went back as a free man. And the master, I'm putting that in quotes because he wasn't, but his master in quotes was dead. And the master's wife called him Sai for short. And she said, Sai, your master is gone. He's dead. And Josiah Henson, with his identity, understanding his faith, looked back at this woman and said, no, madam, my master is yet alive. Because he understood who his true master was, and it was not a white man. It was the God-man, Jesus Christ. So our ancestors know the history. Our ancestors believe. Our ancestors helped shape the faith. And so I beg and I implore those that may be wrestling to trust him, repent, and believe in the gospel.
I am delivered. There you have it. There you have it, family. Listen, I appreciate all you guys for your contribution here, your time. Thank you for all of my subscribers here. I'm asking everybody to subscribe if you already have not to the platform.
Hardly Initiated is a good channel.
Shout out, it was a blessing.
Come up
I
with
was
some
able to
deep
get in touch
stuff
with
on
Pastor
here.
Jerome, and Pastor Jerome was able to get us in touch with Damon rather quickly. And let me tell you, the subscribership to the channel, that helps us be able to pull these powerful brothers on the platform. Blessing to know that I know Malik. Man, I run into you at the gym all the time. You ain't been to the gym in a while, Malik. You need to get back in that gym. I don't see you in a minute. All right, don't stop. But what I will tell you, brothers, is that thank you so much, because this helped a lot of people.
Yes.
You know, at the stage that I'm at in my faith right now, it's one thing for me to get, you know, the spiritual truth that I always strive for daily. But this historical truth, man, I find it does something a lot different to my soul, man. It empowers me in a way different way. And I want to bring that to the audience. So I seen the Moors in the chat. We listen, we're taking heed, and we're going to keep bringing you guys deeper in your faith as well, and really finding truth, seeking answers, and taking you guys on the journey with us. For those of you who want to continue to contribute to the platform, shout out to everybody that sent the super chat. Shout out to everybody that sent a super chat.
We got
love you guys.
Donations coming in. Jess J, Valencia, Naomi, Bree, Alexis, Anthony, Will, Cassandra, on and on. Shout out to Sandra.
Sound like that. Sound like that.
Every
Nancy,
blessed
Leisha.
over. Yes, and for those of you who want to continue to do so, here on the screen is how you continue to pour into what Hardly Initiated is doing and bringing to the world. We're coming back to you Wednesday at 8 p.m. For those of you who still confused, it's every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. We're gonna let y'all chill on Christmas because Christmas on a Wednesday this year. But other than that, we love you guys, and y'all already know how we do it.
I almost forgot, guys. We are launching another YouTube channel.
Wow.
Our second venture together when it comes to the YouTube space and media space. So please, all you got to do is check the description. Go ahead and subscribe now. And this one is going to be solely dating activations.
Where can they subscribe?
They subscribe. All you got to do is click the link in the description. It's going to have everything you need here. You can go ahead and subscribe. I don't even think we got the logos and graphics up yet, but it's coming. We're going to have our first episode coming up as well.
And it's called Hardly in Love, y'all. So y'all gonna see, y'all know the dating space. That's how we started. We kind of shifted a bit, as me and Ryan is growing in our faith, and we wanted to really bring you guys some substance. It's funny how we got to faith because we went just about everywhere we could date in relationships. We realized the reason y'all dating lives sucks is because your soul ain't right? So we started getting deeper into the faith, but we got some really fun dating activations. It's gonna happen Thursday night at 8 p.m. That's going to be on a separate YouTube channel. So go ahead and join us over there if y'all want to have a good time to watch us date match. Things. See us in a way y'all haven't seen before. I love you guys. Excited to see you guys on Wednesday and Thursday, but y'all know how we do it.
So I would have never got myself.
We are out.
The dough's ready. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to listen to that. I had to listen to that. I don't know if they're gonna cut my channel for this, but I would have never got to these cinnamon rolls had I not did this. But now I need to work on this part. I don't know who stayed on to listen to it, but I still don't feel like they got to the bottom of nothing. I mean, I don't know. They need a part two. That didn't do nothing for me. It was interesting to watch, but I don't feel like they got they did do some historical digging, but it's gonna take more than that. Now how am I gonna do 375 bake 375 start? It sure did pay to put this dough. Look at this dough. That dough looks so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I just turned the oven on. I let it get warm an hour and 10 minutes and it rose to the occasion. Grease both of these. That's how you make your dough rise fast. I'm greedy. I like to eat and cook, so I'm gonna make sure stuff don't take forever. When my kids was with me, I started cooking the day before. We was eating food at 8, 9, and 10 all day long, having a feast. Ooh, that turned out. Ooh, I'm loving this. Ooh, I feel special. I know I would have been able to do all this last night because I've been on here for how long? An hour and 18 minutes. Ooh, this is nice and warm and let me see here. Oh boy. Get this rolling pin out. It's like a bat. A lot of our utensils in the kitchen are weapons. I was telling the people that at my store, I said, all these stuff y'all buy for these holidays, they be weapons. I believe in protecting myself. So shalom to y'all. I'm back. I was just listening to that. I wanted to see what they was talking about. When I see a bunch of men on the panel, I'm going to listen. 4 or 10 men on the panel and no women. I sure wanted to see what they had to say. I like to listen to men. Men have taught me pretty much everything I know. How to dress, how to talk, how to walk, my father taught me all of that. How to dress, how to talk, how to walk, how to stay out of a man's face, how to keep a man at bay if he ain't trying to be right, what to do, how to get away from a crazy person by acting crazy. I'm serious. You can't, some people don't know. Some people trying to do stuff to you. You gotta act crazy to make them leave you alone. Act crazy. On that crazy hat, they'll leave you alone. They wish they never met you. That's what you do when they try to bamboozle you. This is gonna be nice, y'all. You should see this though. But what I don't like is I'm not trying to get a measuring 24 to 15 inches. 24 by 15. What is 24 by? Let me go get a measuring tape. Because see, I'm not trying to 24 by 15. Hold on. 24 by 15. Let me go get a measuring. I gotta find my measuring tape. 24 by 15. Hold on. I have to measure because I have to put my measuring tape. I haven't seen my measuring tape in a while. It's around here somewhere, and I don't know. I haven't seen it. Now, see, this is a problem because I haven't seen my measuring tape, not the one that I know what one is. I know exactly what one is. I got it. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Shoot. Hold on, I'm coming. Sorry. Okay. So, 24. I'm sorry, y'all. 24. Let's see. 24. Ain't nobody can go through all this for no cinnamon rolls. They gonna go to the store. See me, I'll make this 10 more times over. Nobody gonna wait this long to make no cinnamon rolls, but I will. 24 by 15. That's long. The heck? That is really long. Let me see something. This gotta be 24. This gotta be new. That's too long. 24. Oh, that's really long. Let me see, I don't have to figure this out. I know what to do. I'm gonna use these. Ouch. Stretch this out to 20. And I hope I got it on the right side. Okay, that's 24. That is long by 15. By 15. Here is 15. We're going to put that there. By 15. I'm going to put that there. Bring that by 15. What did I just do wrong? 24 by 15. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a minute. My thoughts together. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I'm really trying. Now, I don't want it that close to the edge. You know, powder, flour be everywhere. 15. I'm going to stop 15 at there. It's a lot of work. Good grief. How did I get myself into this? I'm glad I go to work at night because give me time to rest from all of this. This is a job in itself. I was on the phone for 8 hours today, taking care of business. 8 long hours on the phone. Okay. Ooh, let me hurry and put this up because I sure don't want to measure my waist. Sure don't want to do that. Going right there. Let me wash my hands. So, I am ready to make these cinnamon rolls. I'm excited. I'm so excited about these cinnamon rolls. I'm real excited about these cinnamon rolls. Gotta dry my hands with paper towel. This is the mixture that's gonna go on cinnamon. I know it look kind of, oh, you can barely see it. Give me a minute to get my thoughts together. Because there's a lot. This is a lot. Okay, what are we doing? We're gonna roll the dough. I'm gonna roll the dough. This is gonna be interesting. So I hope y'all got something out of that, whoever was watching it, because I don't know, I feel like 3 hours wasn't even enough time to even get to the point. They didn't even get to the point. It just really good. Ooh, this is some good dough here. I don't know how this gonna go 24. I got to see this for myself. I don't know about this part. Oh my goodness. How to turn it down? This is not. This ain't stretching out that far. It's trying to. It's getting there. Yes, it is. It is stretching out. I wish y'all could see this. I'm gonna fix this so y'all can see this. Hold on. Oh, did something wrong. What in the world did I do? Oh Lord, I hit the wrong button. What did this do? I done lost a whole. Where'd y'all go? I don't know how to fix this. I done lost a whole audience. Let me see. I don't know how to fix this. Let's see. Is it over here? Oh, Father God. The whole thing went away. Are you kidding me? This is a joke. Is that it right there? I don't know where that thing went. Listen here. This thing disappeared. Hold on. Let me try that again. Let me try. Is that it? That was hilarious. Here we go. Oh, I'm hoarse again. Every time. I mean, we're not about to get exactly 24, but it's good and close to it. I want that one. Look at this though. I would never get on one of them shows to compete with people though. I don't like competing. I don't like people that like to compete. That's arrogance to me. I don't like competing. It's like, it's not gonna be 24, but it's gonna be close to it. Look at this though. I could just play with this. Roll and roll, roll. I'm ready to make. You're always there every time. I can't wait to make my album this. Lord willing, I live next year. Now, how in the world? This is about good as this is gonna get. Need it. Come on. That's good enough. That is good enough. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. Ooh. I'm nervous. I'm nervous, y'all. I'm nervous. Oh my goodness, look what I'm doing. Every time. I'm nervous. Oh my goodness, look what I'm doing. Like a big old kid in here now. Look at this. I'm drawing my spatula. Ain't nobody knocking at the door. Uh-oh. Look. This is cinnamon brown sugar, and pecans, and butter. That's what this is. Uh-oh, don't look like it's enough. Don't tell me I'm gonna have to make some more. Come on now. I'm not trying to do all that. No, I don't feel like it. Tired. Not tired like that, but I thought this should have been enough. I'm gonna have to make some more. Well, I'm glad I bought some more things. Yeah, this is not enough. Ooh-wee. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I got to send this to my sons. They're gonna have a fit when they see this. Mama. I think I'll make some of these and send them to them in the mail. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some of these and send it to all of my sons. That's gonna be a lot of work. That's gonna take that's gonna take 6 hours to do that. But I'm gonna do them for it. I'll do it for them. Except for one of them, he's a vegan, so I'm good. I don't have to worry about him. But I'll make it first. What is this? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to make it. Do I need to make a little more of this? You think I should make some more of this? Who on here? Shalom. Y'all think I should make some more of this before I fold this cinnamon roll up? Be honest. I just want an opinion. Don't you think I need a little bit more? Nobody's saying who on here? I'm gonna make a little bit more. Because sometimes I think some of y'all don't have a mouth to speak with or hands to type with. Don't be saying nothing, but I'm gonna make a little bit more. A little bit. Let me see. Okay, I don't like them hollering songs. I don't like people hollering at me. I don't like to be hollered at, screaming songs at me. Nobody but you, Jesus. She gonna start hollering too, I think. I'm gonna make it work, so I don't have to make no more. Nobody but you, Jesus. See, that's why I do my own recipes and tweak everything I do. Because I probably would have used a little bit more, but I'm gonna get it right. But I still would, I'm gonna put a little more. When I do my recipe in my book, I'm gonna use more. Nobody but you. Nobody but you, Jesus. Nobody but you, Jesus. I'm just having fun right now. This is fun. I just hope that I didn't mess up might not have put enough flour down here. Why my son haven't called me? I told him to call me. What is he doing? Hold on. Where's he at? Where's that? He at work. I know that. Nobody but you, Jesus. Nobody. Oh my goodness, I got 20 windows open. Let me see if I can find. He ain't saying nothing back. What phone did I use? Maybe I use this one. Hold on for a minute. I told him to call me. Maybe I didn't send a message, did I? Let me see. Did I send a message or not? Yep, I did. All righty. This is going to be the story here. This is about to be the story. Listen here. This is about to be. Look, I'm a little nervous, y'all. I'm like a big old kid. I'm excited. I love bacon. I'm excited. Hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. I'm rocking. While I'm rocking. Hold on. Hold on. Well, I don't know. I don't know if this is going in the book. If you don't cook, this is not for you. This is not, hold on. Let me wash my hands. Let me wash my hands, because y'all not gonna believe. I need some communicators. Where the communicators at? I need some communicators. Where y'all at? You must be doing something. So here we go. That's what it say do. Uh-oh, my hands. Hold on. I gotta dry my hands. Even though I washed them, the paper towels didn't dry all the way. Dry my hands. Dry my hands. Hold on. I'm doing something. Like that's not screwed on. I'm just messing around because I can. I feel like there's too much in there. That's good. So, my sink is clean. I bleach my sinks. Oh boy. What is that? I don't know what that was. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Look at these cinnamon rolls. A big old kid. Thank you. Okay, now. Uh-oh, you trying to stick. You ain't sticking. Don't do it. Ooh, this gonna be good. I'm gonna get a stomachache messing around with this. Woo! Oh, don't go nowhere. Come back this way. Now look here. Look at this, y'all. Look at it. Look at this, y'all. Look, y'all see that? Okay. So that one looked retarded. The 2 one's gonna be interesting. So now, I don't know why these people said do something. Some of my colleagues, and I've never heard of this. I've seen it, but I'm gonna try it. I have never heard of this in my life, but I'm gonna try something. I gotta see this. Hold on. I'm gonna try one. I'm only gonna do one like this. They told me to get some dental floss to cut this perfectly. So I'm gonna play with it. I'm gonna do one. I gotta see this for myself. And well, since I've already rolled it, my cinnamon roll, I gotta do something else. Give me a minute, y'all. Just give me a second. I'm all excited like a big old kid. I'm a big kid right now. I'm telling you, I'm going to get some of that flour off of here. This is me. This is my doing. Y'all can see. And I'm glad I had this kind of counter. Boy, I looked at it. It cost me a lot of money to find this apartment because I wanted this counter because I know I like to cook. I knew what I needed because I knew I was going to be in here cooking and doing this cookbook. Okay, so I don't know what she said. She's screaming and hollering. What is she talking about? Hey, it's howling and screaming. So look, so I'm just curious to see if these folks know what they're talking about. Look at it. Now what do I do with it? I just want to see what they talking about. I'm curious. I just want to see what this gonna do. I ain't never heard of nothing like this. How much? Uh-oh.
I can't tell you why. Bird can soar so high. Can't explain.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh.
But I know, yes I know, this one thing for sure. Yes I know, oh I know.
I just want to see. I'm gonna try one more, and then I'm gonna use a knife. I'm just curious. I'm gonna see if it's a difference. I just want to see if these people. I don't know where they got this logic from, but I'm in the kitchen. I'll try anything one time. Uh-oh. I just want to see the difference in that and a knife. I want to see if there's a difference. I don't think it's a difference, but I'm about to find. Uh-oh, it is a difference. Nope. Yeah, they know what they're talking about. That's funny. So my icing is vanilla extract and rose water because I like the taste of roses. Yeah, that's the best way to do this. It really is. Ooh-wee. Look at this, y'all. Y'all see this? This gonna be so good. This is. Oh, this is something here. This is so pretty. This is so pretty. Looky here, looky here. You love me. If I could stay in the kitchen all day and do this, cooking different stuff, I would sure do it. It's just an all-day thing. I should open up a restaurant. But I want to open up a lot of things. A boutique, a bookstore. Oh, look at that. This looking good, y'all. Y'all see this? This looking real good. It look like I might be making them too big. They're going to rise and they're going to be really big. I got to cut down my size. Them going to be too big. They're going to rise up really high. They're going to be big, big. I hate that I made them that big, but it's okay. I might put them in a smaller pan. Loves me. Cinnamon rolls. I knew to take myself to bed last night. I knew this one took a long time. I knew not to do this last night. I knew I was going to get myself in trouble. Next time I'll do them smaller. Like this one, I want to cut this one in half. This one's too big. I don't want it that big. But this is the best thing to cut it with, I'm telling you. This really works. I would have never imagined that dental floss would cut a cinnamon roll. Oh, that looked better. Oh, yeah, that looked more better. Oh, look at here. You raised in the church, and you know I'm telling the truth. Living like you don't know right from wrong. Uh-oh. I'm not trying to make two, but it looked better that side. I like that side better. Oh, wee. Cinnamon rolls. Rose, cinnamon rolls. Just fall on your knees, confess. Forgive your sins. Come on back home, yeah. You've been away too long. God has been good, real good. Ooh. Why can't you see the signs? almost over. Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming. Uh-oh. Just surrender. Go ahead and throw in the towel. Ooh, these smell good. Oh my goodness. But this one is the only one I don't like. It's the only one. And I'm about to split this because I don't like the way. I'm about to do something. One thing different. All power is in his hands to turn your whole life around. Oh Lord, calling out your name. Uh-oh. I'm gonna do something different. Come on back home. You've been away too long. God has been good. He's gonna be nice. He's brought you through and through, yeah. Just look around. Living in the end. Jesus is coming. That's better. That's a better size. That's a way better size. We about to combine, y'all. Please don't go. It's gonna be an interesting one on the end because I didn't like the way it was too big. It was too big for it to go together. Ooh. These gonna be good. I'm telling you. So I'm gonna tell you the key. Woo! Come on. Now I used this. I'm gonna take a chance and do plant-based instead of real heavy cream. I'm taking a chance. And if I mess these up from this, oh well. So don't wait too long. Happy. I be tweaking everything that I do. Everything I do, there's tweaking to it. Uh-oh. You know he cares. Yeah, jerk chicken. I don't know. I gotta see if I can make. I don't think you can make mild jerk chicken. I gotta Google that one. Mild jerk chicken. People, anybody that like jerk chicken, they like it hot as I don't know what. They mouthy. They like all that hot food. That's what no jerk chicken. Okay, this is gonna be the fun part here. One more thing to do. One more thing to do. The oven is ready. Yeah. Hold on. Almost there. Almost there. What did I eat for dinner? 2 hot dogs. Had a late lunch. I should be eating that curry chicken and peas. I don't even want it. It's terrible. To be cooking stuff. Hold on.
This is a part of life's journey. Keep the faith and press on.
I can't even see. My eyes is bad. I'm going to go get my glasses. I literally can't see that. Let me go get my glasses. I cannot see a thing. I'm embarrassed. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Can't find my glasses. That's a shame. I got 4 pair of glasses. can't find one pair. This is horrible. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I could not see that. I'm telling you, I'm nearsighted. That was like, I don't know, just jerk chicken is just something. I like beef. I'll do some, honestly, I'll do some, give me a minute to get my thoughts together. I'll do some beef stew, Jamaican short ribs, some stew, what is it called? You know what I'm talking about, right? When you do the short ribs. I can't get the name right, but them Jamaican short ribs that be sweet, I love those. That's what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make that. I can't do that. Oh no. I gotta let these rise for 20 minutes. Okay, I gotta let them rise. Then I was put it on 20 minutes. Cover it up. I'm tired. Look. 20 minutes. Oh, these gonna be really good. 20 minutes. I can't put them back in the oven. I'm gonna wait 20 minutes. I gotta wait. You've been with me this whole time? What you think about that live? You've been with me. What you think about that live? Clayton, Nicholas, what you think about that live? Did it make sense? My eyes hurt. I need to take me some black seed oil. My eyes is hurting. I mean, literally, I'm seeing blurry on this response. My eyes is blurry. You thought it was good? Yeah, that was called, you should follow them. It's called, did you get the name of it? It was called, dude, which side you agree with? Do you agree with the Pan-Africans or the ministers that were against the Pan-Africans and that the churches helped? What side you on? I'm trying to tell you the name of that place. Something initiated. I don't know, forgot the name of it. Let me see if I can find it. It's called, I'll tell you, this is the name of it right here. It's the name of it right here. You for that or against? I can't see. Oh yeah, it was good, but I got tired of it after two meals. I'm bad at jumping from one meal to the next and one sweet thing to the next. What am I looking for now? Oh, it's called that website is called this. You should follow them. I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah. Did you see my YouTube video of me making it? The curry chicken and peas and rice. Did you see it? What is wrong with this thing? What you didn't get? You didn't see the video on it? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, are you talking about? So what are you talking about? Hard didn't get what the hardly initiated. It's hard to type with one hand. This is the name of them. You can follow them. Oh, I can't see. My eyes hurting. Did you? Did you see? Oh, you was looking at part 2 when I finished it? Was you looking at part 1 or part 2? Because part 1 was long. What part? Was you looking at part 1 or part 2? That's the YouTube channel you want to follow. They have some good topics on there, all kind of stuff. You only saw. Oh, you saw part 2 where I finished it. Yeah, that video was long. Let me tell you, it was almost 3,000 people in that video. Let me tell you how long that video was. Let me see. Oh my. I don't know. It's on here somewhere. Let me see. What did I have on that day? I was up till 3:30 in the morning making that food Saturday morning because I didn't have to work. And then I ate it at 3:30 in the morning. I was like, I'm I'm something else. Let me see. I gotta find it. Where is it? Well, it's a part one. It's somewhere along the line, somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. It's somewhere around up in here. Somewhere. Yeah, you gotta, there's part, what is that? What is this? No, that's the cinnamon rolls that I didn't do last night. 2,970 people followed me to see that. Let me see. Let me look. I'm just trying to see. Ooh, my eyes. What's wrong with my eyes? Something wrong with them. No, that's me talking about the book I'm writing, which I took off 2 days from that book. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was not supposed to take off 2 days from writing my book. When I get in the kitchen, I don't have time to work on my book. I don't like that. No, I don't. You looking at I don't know what you looking at. I have a whole bunch of videos. You looking, I don't know what you looking at. You looking at something different. You're not looking at the right. You must, are you subscribed? Let me see something. I'm trying to see how to do this. I'm not good with this kind of stuff. It'll normally tell you. Let me show you something. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on, hold your horses. Listen, let me show you something. This thing say, right here, look here. It says, I got 444 subscribers, but then it says I have 140 videos. What you look, 140 videos. You see that? Can you see it? Oh, no. What? Wait, huh? Where is part one, please? You only got 5 videos on YouTube. Carrots juice, good for your eyes. Oh, no. Am not. I will subscribe now. Oh, yeah, you got to subscribe. That's probably why. So let me find that video, though. You should be able to find it under curry chicken. Put in Twila M. Andrews dash. Put that little dash like I do. Curry chicken. And it should come up. Maybe part one. Wait, I gotta get back to this. Let me see. Hold on. My eyes is acting like an old lady. Like an old lady. I gotta clean this counter off so I can get to the next step. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, my son haven't called me. Hold on for a minute. Let me see. You should. How many videos you see now? You found it? You meant you found it, right? You said I find, but I think you meant found. That's what I believe you meant. I believe that's what you meant. But yeah, so they there. It's some that's hiding. I have more than that. I don't know how to get them off of here. They're acting up. But yeah, so try to put this thing back on here. Uh-oh, that don't go that way. Goes this way, goes this way, goes this way. Let me turn this down. And let me, I'm so excited about this. Let me clean off this counter because I got to make the rest of this. I'm tired and I did a lot. This was a lot. It's a lot to do. Clean this off. People be wondering why I'm scraping the counter, but it gets all this flour off of here. I'm glad I have this kind of counter. When I get my house, if I decide, I don't know yet. I want all that responsibility. I'm sorry. Out in the country. Out in the country. Oh, I'm tired. Why do I feel like this? Did nothing. Just standing on my feet, probably. I like this counter. It don't scratch. What they made it out of? What is it? Marble? Because it sure don't scratch. Oh, okay. I don't know where all the people went. That you're the only one been hanging with me. Everybody else is. They used to me coming on at 12 midnight. That's why. They're not used to me coming on this early. I'm gonna be off by 12 midnight. I'll be coming off at 12 midnight. And they gonna be looking for me to come on. But I didn't work today. Well, I didn't work at my job. I worked at home, which was a lot of work. I was on the phone from 8, literally on the phone from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That was work. I had so much business to take care of and didn't get it all finished. Still got to make some phone calls. Still got to make phone calls. A lot of work. Clean the counter off real good. So I can do the next step. The next step. This is messy. It's soap. I did good though. I didn't get flour everywhere. I still got a lot of soap. What you eat for dinner? Because I'm starting to crave something I never crave. It's fried chicken, and I'm not a fried chicken person. I don't eat fried chicken. I grew up on it. I guess maybe that's why I don't crave it. But I don't know why I got taste for fried chicken. I might bake the fried chicken. I can make fried chicken in the oven without all that grease. Don't need that skin though. What you eat for dinner, Clayton? I'm doing something. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. I'm so glad somebody hit me to using that dental floss. It sure worked out because that knife would have messed up them cinnamon rolls. I don't know what they cut them with. I'm gonna have to go to the Cinnabon place and see what they cut them with. But I know mine's gonna taste better than Cinnabon. What you eat for dinner? Did you cook or did you eat out or did your wife cook or what you cook? What you eat? Your mama cook? Your sister cook? What you eat for dinner? Oh, this water too hot. Burning my hand. You didn't eat enough for dinner? I made that let's see here. Today is Monday. Today is still Monday. 16. Okay. Kind of cleaned off. I think this didn't make as much of medicine. I thought this was gonna be. I'm glad. That's when you know you can cook, when you don't mess up to have flour everywhere. This is good. This worked out. This really worked out. Timer is still ticking. And so let me go to my cream cheese. I have to warm this up. I need, what's my favorite measuring cup? I got a cute little measuring cup that I love using. It doesn't disappear. You know I have it somewhere. Where in the- Somewhere. Man. Where is that measuring cup? I got a plan for this. I got a good plan for this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm going to do. Let's see here. Oh boy. Oh Lord. I have a measuring cup somewhere that I like, but it is not showing up. Where that measuring cup? Who measuring cup up? Around here. Imagine what I did with that measuring cup. It's right in my face, probably staring at me. Let me use something else. Let me see here. Whew. It's a lot. Okay. So, one more thing to mix. One more thing to mix. A measuring cup at. Thing done disappeared and jumped. Oh, I know where it's at. I think maybe it's over here. Is it over here? Oh yeah, here it is. I think I need more than one cup. It's one of my favorite measuring cups. Okay. Okie dokie. I still can't see. What is wrong with mine? Certain foods I can't eat. Certain foods I cannot eat. Certain things I can't eat. Okay. What in the world is going on? Wonder where my friend, what's her name is? We have a half a cup. A half a cup. A half of a cup. Or half a cup. I don't know, this better turn out with this different kind of cream here. Because that other heavy cream, I know it'll do the job. We're gonna see what this do. Now it's gonna Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus. Oh, I need some plantain, and I am not going to the store. Damn, going in. I need some plantain. Oh no, I don't have none. I need some plantain. I need some plantain. I really do. I had no idea. I had no plans to do this, but here we go. Here we go. Really did. Oh, I'm not going to the store. I'm not going to go to the store. Jesus, wrong with this phone?
When I promised I'd be there, told you I would always be there. And I know it's hard just for you, trying desperately to be heard.
Yeah, my crew be coming on at 12. I'll be off for real. Uh-oh, that's what it is.
'Cause you've been waiting.
I gotta go see her in concert. She'll be all over the place.
It's gonna be okay. You are
Oh, I get out of the train for real. Say 20 minutes.
I'll be a good one, so whenever oh, my love for you will show just how faithful and glad I remain true. No matter, see, I will be the one that you can always come back to. 'Cause you, yeah, somebody you've been waiting. Say, no, ooh, so let your heart be encouraged. It's gonna be okay.
So, this is the result. Uh-oh.
Who loves you in a special way, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, just
Remember this every day. Oh, stay off of that song.
somebody you've been waiting. You are love, so let your heart be okay, 'cause somebody loves you. Somebody told me to tell you, you've been waiting. Someone to say, you are. Yes, you are. Somebody told me to tell you are.
These are my cinnamon rolls going into the oven, homemade.
Somebody told me to
Tell.
someone told me to tell you are love. You gotta believe that you are love. Somebody told me to take it down. Told me to say that you are love. You are love.
Oh my goodness, cinnamon rolls. Excited. Put them in there and let them do their thing. Uh-oh. Okay, my crew don't come on here and respect what I'm doing. Tired. Okay, where am I at? What are we doing? Oops. I don't know what happened to that. What in the world is going on here? What in the Santam just happened? No, uh-oh. Yeah, I think that's the real life. What's that? I need plantain. I need plantain. Plantain for my curry chicken. I am not going to the store. It's not going to happen. And I do not feel like eating with a fork. I feel like being a big old kid. I'm not eating with a fork. I'm eating with a spoon. I think I need my plantain. Curry chicken and plantain. No plantain. Peas and rice. Oh my goodness. Count it all joy. No matter what you going through. Uh-oh. Did I break it? Oh man. I done broke them. Ooh, y'all. I done put too much. I done short circuited it. I sure did break these. Oh well. I sure broke them. Should I use steel or plastic? Steel or plastic? Which one would you use? Try this first. I broke them. I sure broke them, and I'm not going to the store. Ooh-wee. That's hilarious. And not happy with that. Gotta be something on this plug. I just don't live by broke these. I love broke these things. I know that's a lie. Oh, I feel. What I said. I knew I did that. What? I sure did. Oh my goodness. Oh well. Go down. I literally did. Well, nothing lasts forever. It's gonna have to work though. That. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing, absolutely nothing lasts forever. So, glad I know it. Never would have made it. Never could have made it without. I'm sitting up here thinking, how in the world did that happen? How you were there for me, I can say, never would have made it. Never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say, I'm stronger. Yes, I am. I sure enough am. I'm wiser. I sure am. Sure enough. I told the truth. I surely is. That's something never get old. When I look back over all you brought me through. And I'm never. Carry me through my mess. Boy, have we been in some mess. For real. I'm gonna have to make that curry chicken again. That curry chicken is so good. Oh, that curry chicken is good. I mean, for real. Oh, that curry chicken turned out good. It's the last of it. Hold up. Oh, I just stuck to it. Oh, that's good enough. You just howling? I feel like I must be howling. You really happy? You know he's been through some stuff. The poor man wife died of cancer. Married 25 years. Married 25 years and your wife died. God, This lady just lost her husband. They was married 41 years. That's And she was 70 and have to work still. After being married 41 years, she still got to work and her husband died. That's a shame. It worked. It worked. I'm strong. I'm more on that. Cream cheese. Oh man. I don't know why I gotta taste the caramel sauce. Some kind of caramel sauce. Caramel sauce. I want to make my own caramel though. I don't want that store-bought caramel. Here I go now. I want to make caramel sauce. Oh boy, here I go. I want caramel sauce. I'm gonna mess around and make some homemade caramel sauce. What a shame. I gotta stop. Gotta stop this nonsense. And all this stuff. Where is my son? Is he at work? He is at work. That's good. Let me get that on me. Oh no. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Let me get my thoughts together. Yeah. Let the church. Okay. Let them say amen. Amen. I'm gonna go to sleep. It turned out good. But I want some caramel. I want caramel now. Ooh, those cinnamon rolls. They look so good. Oh, wait. Sit down. I don't have no life. I do. more minutes. About to get off of here after these cinnamon rolls come out. I knew it was gonna take 3 hours to do this. I've been to it. They are rising to the occasion. Right. That's the problem. Uh-oh. It's gotta be. It wouldn't. Roller skates. Yeah, it is, bro. Just can't believe it. The trash they gonna go. That's right. Alrighty, so they are ready. Wash my hands again. I want to go roller skating. I gotta get back to Los Angeles. Oh, they closed the skating rink down. They closed the skating rink down. I forgot. Closed the skating rink down. It's all there. Shiny. Too many shootings, too many games. They closed the skating rink down. Stop. Put them out. So let's see here. I'm excited. Finished product, cinnamon rolls. Don't they look good? Time to ice it. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. You see that? Look at the cinnamon rolls. All righty, so these is ready. I'm just waiting. I should have put a timer on. I'll say. Ready. Want to sleep now. This is the end of the road. Very tired. Overwhelming. Alrighty, that is the end of the road, the end of the night, the end of the cooking. I'm tired now. A lot. So, this is the end result. Now me, of course, I'm going to be different because that's me. So, alrighty, so that's the end of the night, y'all. Going to sleep. This is turn this down. So this is the end result. This is the end result. It's right here. So I'm going to bed now. Cinnamon pecan rolls. They turned out really good. So I hope you all enjoyed the show. I'm going to sleep now. I pray that you all have a nice evening. I'm going to sleep. I had a long day, a long night, and this is the end of the road for me. My audience wasn't big, but I'm okay. I just said that I was going to do these, and I wanted to put them on there and put them in my cookbook. So this is going to be a long recipe for somebody. You got to have patience for this kind of work. This is it took me 3 hours. 3 hours to make these. 3 long hours. So shalom to y'all. May the Lord be with you. May Yah be with you. May the power of the Holy Spirit be with you. May you get sweet sleep and rest. In the name of Yeshua, shalom to you. Thank you for tuning in. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Oh, it's the end of the stream. We end it right here. Good night.